My dog Tula, she's invited her friend Pippy over for dinner, and you won't believe what's on the menu. Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. If you've yet to do so, click there to subscribe, and then when you click the link directly in the box below, I can send you a copy of my free book. Tula, she's invited Pippy over, and I think they've just arrived. Who's here? Tula? Oh, I see somebody with a little white nose. Who could that be? Pippy! Oh, come on in, Tula! Pippy, you've come for dinner. Whoa! I wonder what is going to be on the menu. Oh, Pippy, would you like to see the menu? I take that as a yes. I think we have a couple of hungry dogs. One lab for sure. And I don't ever think it really necessarily matters what's on the menu, but you gotta see. I know you guys may be surprised, but Tula and I, we didn't have to put a whole lot of thought into what was gonna be on the menu. Did we, Tula? Yes, welcome to the Jones restaurant. And what are we serving up today? A yummy appetizer, dog kibble. For the main, oh wow, more kibble. And yet, even more dessert, more yummy dried kibble. I mean, there's really no need to spend countless hours thumbing through a cookbook, trying to be creative, even if the pictures look awesome, when all you need to do is just reach up and grab some of this, of which Pippy has no interest in. Totally non-nutritious, full of carbs, can do nothing for you. You want something better, don't you, Pippy? Or not. So how can we spice up this menu? Kibble, kibble, kibble. Whoa, how creative can we be? We just reaching for more dried carbohydrate, maybe a little bit of protein, and God knows what else. Do we need a cookbook? I mean, the pictures are awesome. It's a great cookbook, by the way. Not actually for dogs. No, we don't. These are some simple, easy things. All of you are gonna have these in your house or have access to them. Like the simplest, healthiest, tastiest homemade dog food recipe that little Tula here loves to eat, as will the Pipster. First, we have some stewing beef. This is local. These guys are pasture finished, happy cows, no antibiotics, no growth hormones. In today's recipe, we're doing approximately 1/3 protein, 1/3 of a healthy carbohydrate, 1/3 of a vegetable, along with some supplement that I'll show you what's gonna mix in. So knowing that, I'm gonna measure this out, and this is gonna probably equate to about a cup of beef. No, Tula, not yet. Also, this could be raw, but in today's recipe, we're gonna cook it up. So I just wanted to measure it up, minus, no, Tula, yes, good girl. Wow, lucky for Tula, she's on the table. So you're close to all the action and all the food. Whoa, doesn't that look good? So there we have about a cup of beef. Next we have our sweet potato. So I'm taking the liberty to start peeling it. I'm gonna chop it up into mid-sized pieces because we're gonna put this all into one pot, cook it up as a stew. And I'm gonna do 1/3 sweet potato. So once again, I'm going for about a cup of sweet potato. Yum, Tula. The last major part of our stew, it's gonna include these carrots. I've gone into the garden, pulled a pile of carrots. I've taken the liberty of washing them, hence they are here. And once again, I'm gonna chop those up, getting them ready for the stew. And because we're making 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, I'm gonna do 1 cup of carrots as well. We need a pot. Now let's load up the ingredients. And we're gonna measure them all out. We've got 1 cup of the meat, which Tula is thinking she wants already. Okay, Tula, here's our 1 cup of meat in our pot. second, Tula. Then we have our sweet potatoes. I'm gonna measure out about a cup of sweet potatoes. So there's about a cup. Ta-da. The carrots too. It's a bit of an orangey meal today. I'm using the carrots because that's what I had in our garden. 1 cup of carrots. Here's our tasty looking little concoction. Needs a bit of water, some heat, some time. And you guys are gonna have a great dinner date. Things are starting to look your way. Need a cup or so of water, just enough water that it's gonna cover our vegetables and our stew and our sweet potato. Actually, looks like we're about 2 cups of water. It's just enough to cover all what we've got there. And it's time to cook. So I'm gonna get the stove going. Get our pot. Ta-da! Grab myself a lid. And we'll be cooking this for the next few hours. Can you, Tula, wait the 2 hours? Pippy, I want to know from you, is it worth the wait? Or would you say just like go for the kibble? Maybe if you can't chew on food, next best thing is to chew on your friend's froggy toy. Our stew is now simmering. We're gonna let that simmer. I'm gonna turn it down. It's gonna simmer for the next few hours until everything cooks, softens up. We're ready to mash some stuff up and serve it up. It's been about 2 hours and our dog supper stew, it's ready and it smells good. Now it needs to be cooled down before we start feeding this to the hounds. I'm gonna measure up about a cup. So when you're trying to calculate how much do you give to your dogs, typically, say for instance, Tula, she gets in total 1 cup of kibble a day. It's about 1 cup of kibble per 20 pounds of body weight. So she gets a half a cup in the morning, a half a cup for supper. So she's gonna get a whole half a cup. Pippy, she's 2.5 times Tula's size. She would probably get about 1.5 cups to 2 cups a day. But because Pippy eats everything else under the sun, I'm just gonna give her a bit of a taste, about a half a cup too. Still a bit hot. That's pretty good. Our stew is now cooled down. Just warm to touch. Kind of maybe a little bit too cold if it was for me wanting to eat it, but it's not I, it is the hounds. So then after it's cooled, that's when you want to be adding the supplement. And you don't want to put it in ahead of time. You don't want to denature some of the vitamins and minerals, some of the other beneficial nutrients. So you want to make it up after it's cooled down. So I would suggest adding in the supplement when you're ready to feed your dogs as opposed to kind of mixing it in at a time. You could do it now, make a bigger batch, go ahead and freeze that. Personally, I think you get the best benefit from the supplement by adding it in right before you're feeding your dog or cat. So I'm gonna do a scoop for each of these guys. Let's get this stuff mixed up. And we are ready for supper. The hounds have taken their place at the kitchen table. Look at little Tula. I mean, she does have both of her paws or hands up on the table. But that's okay, she's a dog. Look at Pippy sitting there all patient. You guys stay, come on. I did a lot of work setting this up. Nobody move, stay. Tula, Pippy. Ta-da! For Tula and Pippy's big dinner date, I bring you healthy, yummy dog stew. Ta-da! Yum. Look at that. How often does your dog get to eat at the kitchen table? Pip stirred right there. Good girl. Good girl, Tula. Wow. Is that not better than kibble? Okay, yeah, Tula's got it. She's like, screw this sitting on the chair thing, man. I'm eating. It appears Pippy likes the homemade stew. Thanks so much for watching this edition of Veterinary Secrets. If you've yet to do so, click there to subscribe. And then when you click the link directly in the box below, I can send you a copy of my free book.